How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to my FIFA 17 Fulham career mode. This is episode 42 now, and in the previous episode, not only did we defeat Aston Villa at Wembley in the FA Cup semi-finals to book our place in the finals of the FA Cup, we also somehow managed to beat Arsenal in the Premier League to reignite our European campaign. In today's episode, as you can see on the screen now, we have just 5 games left of the Premier League season. Swansea, Watford, West Brom, Reading and West Ham. We then have West Ham in the FA Cup. Today's episode will feature 2 games of Swansea versus Watford as per usual. Then we will have one episode which will be the final of the Premier League, where we'll play West Brom, we'll play Reading, and depending on what results are required, if results go with certain ways and we can't move up and down the table and the result against West Ham has no effect, we shall just simulate it, or we shall play it and it will be a bit of an extra long episode. We'll then have a look at how the table finished and a quick sort of recap on what happened just in the Premier League. In the next episode, we shall then play West Ham United, in which will be the only game in that episode, and it will be a full episode and it will be a live game, so it'll be the full highlights unless really boring stuff happens. I might chop and change a couple of things, but it'll be just the one game against West Ham, and that will be that. And then in the episode after that, we'll advance forward a little bit further just to make sure that all the other competitions finish. I think there's the World Cup as well going on in Russia, so we'll go through a little bit of that as well and see what happens. And what we'll do is we'll have a whole squad review, like a season roundup is the word I'm looking for. We'll look at the squad report, we'll look at who won what, we'll look at how many goals were scored and who got top goal scorers, etc. And then we'll sort of advance it over into the next season, and we'll reopen the following episode with another brand new season. So that's kind of how it's going to work over the course of the next few days or so. But moving straight on, so 2 games today, Swansea and Watford, and thanks to that win over Arsenal, we've regained second place in the league momentarily. The team looking a little bit tired following the FA Cup victory and the win against Arsenal, so I'll go chop and change the team a little bit, and I'll see you at the start of the game. And so here we are then, we are live from the Swan's Nest in Wales, the Liberty Stadium, home of Swansea City for this Premier League fixture. We'll be looking for all 3 points again today to make sure that we do keep ourselves in Europe. It was slipping down a little bit over the previous couple of episodes. We were looking on the verge of not staying in the top 5. However, Chelsea have already played. There are no games being played at the time of me playing this, so there was no goal news to change about. But it looks like Chelsea have played, so and I think they also might have won that. So it looks like Arsenal and Spurs might be playing tomorrow. Potentially, hopefully, they'll be playing each other. So Swansea have only scored 25 goals, which is the worst in the Premier League, and we've only conceded 23, which is the best in the Premier League. So in theory, Swansea shouldn't be putting any goals past us today. But as we know, and I've said this before, and the result went the other way, that well, actually it went right in the end, but well, no, actually it didn't. So games are never won on paper. Excuse me, and that's what I was trying to say. So just because Swansea have scored the least amount of goals and just because we've conceded the least amount of goals means absolutely nothing. We can write off those stats and we just need to focus on the 3 points. Today I've changed a couple of players in the starting lineup, as we'll see in just a moment. We'll take a quick look at the Swansea lineup, hopefully, if and when it does pop up, to see how they line up. So Nordfall in goal, Jordi Amat in defence, Leon Britton comes in, Nathan Dyer, Gylfi Sigurdsson, Leroy Fern, Fernando Llorente, Neil Taylor, Wayne Routledge, all on the bench. I believe Swansea beat us last time I recall, because it was Sigurdsson versus Sigurdsson, as it is today, and Swansea Sigurdsson did actually score. So you can see the one change. I've started Iheanacho up front, Lansbury's dropped to the bench and come in for Scott Parker. Aluko's also, of course, dropped to the bench to make way for Iheanacho, and Anthony Taylor is the referee. So when we played the Swans at Craven Cottage, they beat us, I do believe. I can't quite remember the scoreline. I don't think it might have been 2-1. I don't think we drew. All I can recall is that I do remember Sigurdsson scoring. So we'll want to make sure that he doesn't do that today. And hopefully our Sigurdsson could maybe pop it with a goal of his own. But more importantly, 3 points must be picked up today. I just wanted to float it into that box. Might have hit that too hard. It's going to fall for, well, Amat in the end. But Hosbed's on it, gets tackled, and Matt stays down here. I think he's going to be okay. No, he's not going to be okay, and Swansea are going to be forced into a substitution 25 minutes on. So Jordi Amat there, who was in battle with Sigurdsson to win the following header from the free kick, has gone down injured, and he'll make way now. And it will be Neil Taylor who replaces him. He did, of course, I think Neil Taylor actually started in the last fixture, so interestingly to see him be dropped out of the lineup for Amat, but Amat will have to make way. Great tackle by Sigurdsson, and just knock that one forward. A little bit of space here for Cabano to run into. In fact, plenty of space for Cabano to run into. The Swansea defenders sat very high, and we've played it into Hozebed, and he'll knock that through to Iheanacho, who slides for it, but it's very tricky to get there. Good pressure by the goalkeeper. And Swansea will deal with this one. And Nathan Dyer actually kicks it out of play. So Cabano gets the throw. Sobey into Hozebed. On the turn, Iheanacho knocked out to Scott Parker. Can Parker find Iheanacho again? He can. And Cabano, oh, a very good reaction save by the goalkeeper. You can see Iheanacho's first shot, and a very strange save actually by the goalkeeper in the end, and then he nearly headbutts the post, which was quite funny. We've got ourselves a corner though, which Sobey will take 5 minutes before half time. It's in at the near post, and I think it was Iheanacho who actually got the header on it in the end. He did, and just a little bit unfortunate. I'm not quite sure if it was Iheanacho or, in fact, could have been Sigurdsson there. Up to Britain. Anything before the half for Swansea? Sigurdsson into Dyer. Another good tackle by Odoi, and Sigurdsson's just going to kick that one away, and referee will call for half time. So no real chances at either side of the pitch, and neither side have been able to break the deadlock here. So we go into half time then. Quite happy with the half time performance, but need to improve and find ourselves a goal in the second half. It's Swansea 0, Fulham 0. So as I mentioned, no other games being played. Sigurdsson actually is coming off at half time. Leroy Fer comes on for Swansea. Very strange substitution. Hozebed's looking a little bit tired. We might need to bring him off shortly so that we're in good condition for the game against Watford, which will be a little bit of a tougher test, I predict. But these are the teams that we've been slipping up against. You know, we had the less like the likes of Leicester and Villa previously, where we were only able to pick up 1 point, and of course we lost to Villa. So these are the teams that we end up slipping up. You know, we go out and we beat City and we beat Arsenal, but slipping up against these sort of teams is what cost us. Is what's costing us, and we've got to stop that, and we've got to find a victory against Swansea. But I just can't break them down, and I just can't create a decent opportunity. Cork into Kearney. That was very nice of him. Hozebed can find a turn, and he can get a shot away on. Oh, honestly thought that was actually going to float in there. I'm not sure how it went wide. Let's see it from the reverse angle. It got a lot of spin on it. In the end, it wasn't wide. It was just a little bit too high. From the way he took the shot, it looked like he just rifled it past the post, but just got a little bit too much height on there, and that could have been a wonder goal for Hozebed. Some sort of way to break down the Swansea attack, and that is one way to do it, with the space outside for Sobey, and Sobey can whip a ball in, and oh, it's Hozebed actually. Oh, I was expecting it to be Iheanacho. I wasn't really paying attention who was in the middle, just assumed Iheanacho would be there. And Hozebed got a header on it, and he's hit the crossbar of all places. Swansea make their third and final change, so we'll use this opportunity to make a couple of changes ourselves. A lot of players looking a little bit tired. We'll bring McDonald on for Hozebed, who is looking very tired. We'll bring Aite on for Sobey, and I'll also bring Lansbury on for Parker, who of course doesn't quite have the stamina. So we'll make 3 changes here. Let's see who Swansea are replacing. It's the number 31, I think it was, that was coming off. Didn't quite catch his name in the end, but number 35 who's coming on. That's Kingsley, by the looks of things. So I think it was Taberneau who made way. I'm not 100% sure, as we make our substitute. Is the ref going to allow... Oh, the ref's not going to allow us to go forward, and that's going to be another disappointing result. These draws against these lower sides are really going to cost us. We can't go out and smash Arsenal 3-0 and then just not turn up against Swansea. Credit to Swansea, they were fantastic today. Never looked like threatening themselves, but just could not break them down and just could not create any chances to score. Hozebed had a couple, but nothing really was on target. It was a pretty poor quality game in the end, and it's finished Swansea 0, Fulham 0. So no other games. It says no other games were being played, but again, don't believe that. We know that Chelsea did play and they won, so they've extended their gap to us, and the other teams around us have also played now. In fact, Chelsea and Liverpool both have got a few games in hands on us, and so have Spurs. There's a lot of games not being played. We'll do a quick training session, and then I'll take a quick glance at the fixture list and see what is going on. See what results are going on around us. We're going to advance forward first, and then we'll actually do it, because that would make more sense for other teams to catch up. Spurs have a couple of games in hand on us now. They must have... I guess this is where the... well, the League Cup will have been finished, but I guess Europa League and Champions League games are being played with a couple of the teams around us. So, interestingly, Madl has requested a loan. Now, oh, you are joking me. Why not now, game? We've actually been very fortunate with injuries over the past couple of months, but a training injury, and Rob Holding has sprained his ankle and he's going to miss the rest of the season. He'll be back for the end of the season, but that's slightly annoying. And slightly weirdly, Madl has asked to go on loan. Morning, boss. Since you're still not giving me a run in the team, I request to have a period out on loan. He's 30 years of age, not sort of the player that you end up loaning. And then he says that he wants to go out on loan. So I'm actually looking probably to sell him in the summer. Well, alright, Iheanacho. Chill out, mate. Chill your beans. Fredericks wants to discuss his wages. So, oh man, now's not the time, guys. Why are you trying to mess this up? Don't start getting all arsey with me. Let me go and quickly have a look at Fredericks's. Yeah, Fredericks's. I guess that works. So look at his wages. He wants a 1-year extension and up to 9,000. That's absolutely fine. I'm going to leave him as a squad rotation player. He's not the best of players, only 69 rate, but he's very quick, and I quite like that. So that's him happy. We've then got to jump into this and remove Holding from the starting lineup. Ream will come back in, and Madl can now have his place on the bench. Maybe that'll keep him a little bit happy. Iheanacho wants to start ahead of Aluko. To be quite honest, I don't see why he should. He's only on loan, so I don't really care too much, to be honest, if he gets upset about it. So we're not going to start him. We're going to go with our full strength side. So the team, aside from Ream coming in for Holding, that's going to be the team. Let's jump into the Watford game. So here we are then. We are back at Craven Cottage for this Premier League fixture against Watford. Now, it is a must win. I totally forgot to look at the other games that happened, but it doesn't matter too much in the end. We'll see if there's any being played the same today. Following that disappointing draw at Swansea, of course, we now need 3 points against Watford. We will probably get a quick look at the table to see what the current situation is. But at the moment, we still are inside that top 5. We're currently 4th with how the other games have gone. We're same level points as Liverpool, but 1 game less. And Spurs are actually now level on games with us, so it's not too bad. But we need at least a point here to just break back away from Liverpool. We did, of course, put some daylight between us previously, but we only drew with them, so they've kept pace with us. No changes, of course, for our team, aside from, of course, Holding coming out due to that injury. Tim Ream comes in. Madl gets promoted up to the bench to take his spot. We'll have a quick look at the Watford lineup to see who they have gone with. A very strong team, Watford, assuming they've fielded the player. Not sure who that fellow was there with the cool blonde hair like that. We'll not sure, but we'll take a quick look to see if there's any new signings in the Watford lineup. Of course, here is the Watford line. So Hitzinger, Juan Fran, Yunus Kabul, Holobasta, Corey Pereira, Kapue. Quite a standard team. Giles Jeji on the bench, Dariyama on the bench. Not too bad. So we need all 3 points here to make sure we keep the top 4 in reason. 5th is looking safe at the moment, but of course we don't really want to be 5th, because now that we're in the FA Cup final, we can get Europa League by winning the FA Cup. So I'd rather try and aim for Champions League sort of do one better. But obviously 5th would be nice, just in case we don't win the FA Cup, because there's no guarantees that we'll beat West Ham in the final, of course. And but 3 points here today would be nice. And Cabano, oh, I thought it might have just squeezed its way through to the man in the middle, but booted away by the Watford defenders. This is a nice play. Now here's Aluko. Has he got the nice footwork? He has. Goes down in the box. It's got to be a penalty kick. It is, and that is exactly the start we wanted. 6 minutes and 33 seconds in, and the referee has decided to give us a penalty kick. Cabaselli it was who took down Aluko in the box. He's picked himself up a yellow card. We shall, of course, let Cabano take this. He has been putting them away previously, and hopefully, if we squeeze that one to the near post, we do, and we take the lead against Watford. 1-0 here inside 7 minutes. Thanks to another tucked away penalty kick. So glad we've decided to put him on penalties. We had that shocking run of form where I didn't think anybody could score. Aluko, of course, did miss one previously, but in the match against Arsenal, but we were already 3-0. Was it Aluko who took it, or did I let Hosbed take it? I can't remember. I certainly did let Cabano take it, but in the end it didn't matter because we were 3-0 up. So that's Cabano's 6th goal in the Premier League, and we are 1-0 up here. Here's Aluko. Oh, nearly goes down again, Aluko, but he sprinted past all the defenders, and can he just pull a ball back? He can, and Hosbed is there, and that will make it 2. And this should seal the game out. Obviously, we're only half an hour in, and I'm saying that, but just the way we're playing at the minute, Watford having no chances, and we are able to put 2 away inside half an hour. This is much better from us. We seem to be like we either play really nice attacking football or struggle to break the defence down. And when a game drags out like the Swansea game, as Hosbed gets his 13th goal of the season, by the way, in the Premier League. When the game drags out like Swansea, I think they just get a bit more frustrated and don't play as well and end up don't creating the chances, and then we end up drawing like that. But when we're in, if I get to sort of get in a goal early, like we did here with the penalty, I just feel so much more, I think, relaxed and just more confident, and we just tend to create a lot more opportunities and a lot more chances to score. So that's exactly what we've done against Watford here. We are 2-0 up. And Lansbury's going to hit that one from the edge of the box. Oh, he's hit the post bar. I think it was just the post, actually. We know he can hit them from there, and when he's given the chance to, he will. Unfortunately, this time didn't quite find its way in the back of the net. Kenny will play this into Hosbed, who will spin and turn and shoot. And he somehow got a very good shot away, but Hitz was able to save it, and we will have a corner kick of our own here. Kenny is who will whip it. Pereira away. And as it plays to Igalo, referee will call for half-time. So a much better first half performance here. We went 1-0 up early on thanks to a penalty kick won by Luco, scored by Cabano. And then just about on the half-hour, 20-minute mark, half an hour mark I think it was. Let's have a quick look. 28th minute, so yeah. Around half an hour, Hosbed with a lovely header made it 2. And at half-time it's Fulham 0, Watford 2. So again then, as the second half kicks off, it's telling me that no games are being played. I don't quite know why it's doing this at the minute. It doesn't seem to want to tell me what else is going on, which when you come towards the end of the season, that's the time that you actually really want to know. So thanks for that one game, but we'll just have to live in hope. But as long as we pick up 3 points, there's nothing else we can do. Kenny can sprint this one forward. Oh, he has actually been able to find Hosbed, and he's continued his run here. And Kenny can go forward even further now. Can he strength muscle off the player? He can. Can he find that ball into Aluko? He can! Oh, great save by Hitz in the end. Fair play to Hitz there. He's done a fantastic effort to save that one. There's a good run being made by Hosbed, and Aluko probably should have done a lot better, but in the end it just came off his arm. We will now take this opportunity to make our substitutions. I think Watford did make changes. I want to make... we'll make 3. It'll be Aite, Malone... Oh, bollock. Aite, just can't get over to that left back, there we go. Odoi, or Malone for Odoi, and then we'll bring Iheanacho on up top. Said he wanted to play, so hopefully give him about 20 minutes or so here, we'll keep him happy. Luco's got man of the match, and Iheanacho is going to grab a goal here. I was just I stopped commentating momentarily there because just I wanted to see who would get man of the match, and just as he announced it was number 24, Kenny slots a wonderful through ball through to. It's nice from Lansbury to start with to Kenny, and that is a fantastic ball through to Iheanacho. He's definitely not going to be missing from there, so he can get himself a start and he can get himself a goal. We've got ourselves a third in this match as well, and that's definitely now all 3 points coming with us. Struggling to get it out there. There we go. And finally, we get it out and we get the result we wanted. So that is all 3 points taken at Watford. 4 points from today's 2 games isn't too bad, and hopefully that's had a good effect on our race for European football next season. The players seem very happy, but obviously depending on what other results have happened, and again 3-0 is good for our goal difference. 1 goal by Iheanacho, 1 from Aluko and 1 from Hotspur. Probably three of the best goal scorers this season. Sees us out then for a big victory here against Watford. It's Fulham 3, Watford 0. So again, trying to tell me that no other matches have been played. I think it's when you have the evening kickoff, it doesn't want to tell you the other results. Although when you have the lunchtime kickoff, it tells you the afternoon and evening result games that are going to be played. But as you can see, we are back up to second as we were. This is quite interesting. So, most recent club worth valuation for Fulham reportedly states that the club is now valued at around 52.9 million, a significant increase from the previous benchmark of 40.56 million. This is great news for the fans and manager. Hopefully that means that they'll give us a big wage, but I don't really know what that means. But hopefully it means that they'll increase the transfer budget next season. And we will be able to bring in a couple more players. Of course, if we're going to be in Europe, whether it's Champions League or Europa League, both will be as difficult as each other. We're going to need to bulk this squad up a lot, because at the minute we only have about 22 to 23 players. Iheanacho's happy for making that appearance, which is always quite nice. Although he pretty much begged to start, he'll settle for 20 minutes at the end. But there you go, that's going to be the end of today's episode. So as we go, we'll take a look at the league table with just 3 games to go then. 9 points available. So Manchester United are only 7 clear. They haven't actually yet won the league. They'll need just they'll need just 1 point from their final game. That'll put them 8 clear, and if I win, it'll close it a little bit. So it all depends obviously how results go around us, but you could say that United have actually won, but we can actually still win the league. But as you can see, we're only second on goal difference. Chelsea and Arsenal in 3rd and 4th, still both on 62 points. So that's 2nd, 3rd and 4th, the 3 Champions League places. Although technically it doesn't matter where you finish, although obviously you want straight in or qualification. But both 3 Champions League spots are all tied on 62 points. So it is going to be an exciting end to the season. And Liverpool are only 3 points off the pace on 59. Spurs, who actually have a game in hand on all of us, are only 2 points off Liverpool. So if they win their game in hand, they will go 5th, and then they'll just be 2 points off us lot in 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Palace are there in 7th, Stoke in 8th, Watford 9th. City still struggling, but they've got themselves up to 10th momentarily. West Ham, who of course will be our opponents on the last day of the season and in the FA Cup final, are down in 11th. Sunderland are slipping down the table quite a fair way. They were up there with us at the start of the season, but they're dropped down to 12th now. Although there's a huge gap then to Everton, 10 points. So you can see that Sunderland did have a good start to the season, which created that gap to Everton. Leicester up to 14th, West Brom up to 15th, who we play next. Burnley in 16th. Swansea still looking for relegation, so that point was quite huge for them actually. It's currently holding them above Aston Villa on goal difference. Oh, hold on a minute, because I've just realised Burnley, who I was saying it was all but over for them, they've somehow gone up to 16th. So it's going to be a tight race, not only for Champions League on the final few games of the season, but also for relegation on the final few games of the season. It's anyone's really, including West Brom, because they've played an extra game. So anyone from West Brom down to Southampton could look to get that spot. So it's Swansea there in 17th, Villa are 18th and Southampton 19th. Reading have actually been relegated now. That probably happened a long time ago, but they're now 10 points away from Southampton with just 9 points left to win. So that has confirmed Reading's relegation. They only won 4 games this season, but between Southampton, Villa, City, Swansea City, Burnley and West Brom, there's two of those 5 will be getting relegated. Any 2 of those 5. Leicester aren't mathematically safe, Neither are Everton, but you'd like to think that they probably will be safe. So it will be a very fun episode. Next episode, of course, as a reminder, next episode will be the final 3 games of the season. We've got West Brom, who are relegation battled. We've got Reading, who are relegated. And we've got West Ham, who are in mid-table. So hopefully we should be picking up all 9 points there, but we'll have to wait and see. It'll be a super long episode next. And of course, depending on what other games happen, we might end up simulating the West Ham game. We shall have to see. But thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to drop a like on the video if you did enjoy. Why not subscribe as well if you're new around here. And until next time, goodbye.